12th of February 2025. Unbelievable. So anyway, yeah, live from northern Israel. What's up with the Bitcoin and crypto markets? Well, real quick, we had a nice little move up on a bunch of coins on Tuesday, on Monday and Tuesday. Had some nice moves up, also some nice mean reversions back to the downside. And currently, the mean reversions have happened over the past however many hours since basically since our live stream on Alpha Trading yesterday. And we were telling you guys that if you haven't already, on assets like Litecoin, ADA, that have made nice moves to the upside, that it would be a good time to take your profits because they were definitely heading for some mean reversions. Well, look at Litecoin. Did it dump out after our live stream? Yeah, it did very nicely. There's mean reversions, right? To be had, and they will not be denied, right? It's math. So you got distributions, you got mean reversions. Distributions and mean reversions, they happen in different directions on every single frame, right? You could be distributing the upside or the downside. You could be mean reverting the upside or the downside. And both things can be happening at the same time on different time frames. Meaning your 45-minute, for example, could be distributing to the downside while your daily is mean reverting to the downside, right? And during that daily, you'll have many changes in the 45 minutes. Some mean reversions, some distributions. Sometimes a time frame like a 45-minute will take all day or more to complete a mean reversion or a distribution, because 45 minutes is actually a pretty high time frame, right? There's only how many of them in a day, right? It's like what, 30, something like that. So not many. Sorry, got some distributions here locally and mean reversions to avoid locally. Do not get hit by large moving objects. Anyway, so that is why currently the move to the downside happened on Bitcoin and Solana, for example, and why we saw it happening already nicely, on Litecoin and stuff, since yesterday, since after the Alpha Trading live stream, literally, like even during the live stream, when we were telling you guys, yeah, this isn't looking like a rocket ship to the moon or anything, there's probabilities always, but when you have outliers that just will not be denied, and they're in progress already since a number of candles, then that's what you have. Oh, goodness. Where's the other one?
She's not with us.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. You okay?
Yeah. Really fine.
He's all right?
Yeah. Actually really fine.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Okay.
Bye.
Take care. Well, sucks to find out when somebody that you knew is no longer with us on Earth. Even when that somebody is a dog. Right? Or, almost especially when that somebody is a dog. Right? The dogs are awesome. I'm first. Yes, you're first. I see it. I respect, bro. What's that flag? Is that a flag of Poland? What is that? I can't tell. But the Polish flag looks like, or the Egyptian flag. I don't know. I see a red and a white line. I don't know if there's a black line underneath it with a yellow thing in the middle. It's just that the graphics on this phone are so tiny. Like when I'm doing a live stream, it's impossible to read these. Practically impossible to read the words, let alone see these little emoticons. But cool. So yeah. So why did these things mean revert? Well, when you have, for example, high volatility and high correlation, or very low volatility and very low correlation, right, that cause the asset to move to the upside, or sideways volatility with downward correlation that made the asset move to the upside, right? Well, then what happens is eventually one of those things is going to break the other way, right? And that's going to cause a shift. And because it can only be holding on to, you know, either high volatility or high correlation, or extreme low volatility, extreme low correlation, or completely sideways volatility with extremely low correlation, that can only be, you know, that can only happen for so long. Eventually something's going to give. One of those things is going to break in an active market, right? When that active market breaks, one of those correlations or volatility structures or positions, really, then it's going to lead the price into a different direction. Why? Well, because it's going to change the returns, right? The volatility and the correlation are going to determine the returns based on how much they move up or down, right? That's going to change how much percentage returns the asset is having. And once that happens, well, the price action just follows the returns, right? Now, it can, look, when you look at the chart and you're like, wait a minute, I see the price candles shifting and then the indicators shifting. No, you're not. You're seeing actually the indicator shifting first and then the price action. How do you know? Well, look at it on slow speed and you'll see. And yes, it can be in the blink of an eye because price action can follow the returns in the blink of an eye. But look at it on a slower speed. Like, do a replay on a slower speed. All right, put like a 1 minute chart, play it on a slow speed, and you'll see. And then don't put it on replay, because replay will usually just show you the beginning or the end of the candle. It won't show you every tick of movement necessarily. So then just record it with your camera on your phone, just with your handheld. It's enough. Just shoot a little, you know, whatever, 1 minute long video, 2 minute video, so you can see changing happening on the 1 minute candle, for example. And then you play that on slow. And you'll notice when the changes actually happen. Indicators change first, and then the price action. It can seem like, to the eye, the price action happens first. The reason for that is, the presentation of the user interface puts emphasis on the price action candles on most people's charts, right? And even if you shrink the price action candles so that it's not the most important looking thing on the chart, so it's just like another indicator, it's your least accurate indicator because it's the most misleading indicator on your chart. Okay, it is useful for certain things, but it is the most misleading indicator on your chart, pretty much. Okay, why? Because you've been programmed, but you've been trained through use and through teaching by people who want to mislead you, or people who mislead you whether they want to or not. They've told you that the price is important. Guess what? The price of an asset is not important. It's not. You know what's important as a trader? Whether or not you win trades and take your profit. That means taking your profit. Winning trades is taking your profit. And if you're not taking profit, you're not really winning anything. If you're doing paper trades, okay, fine. No problem. There's no profit to be had, right? But at least you profit from the experience, right? But if you're not regularly doing that when you're actually, supposed to be putting the practice to the test, then you're not a trader, right? Which is fine. Not everybody can be, not everybody should be. It's really not a thing most people are cut out for. In fact, I would say the vast overwhelming percentage of people are not cut out for it, right? Because even if you hand somebody the keys to the Lambo. It doesn't mean that they're going to know how to drive it ever, even if they know how to drive a regular car, right? Nerves, jitters, anxiety, panic, fear, all those things are reasons people will not be comfortable driving an exotic luxury sports car, right? Compared to all the reasons that people would be, right? If they are part of a select few group of people. And it really is a select few group of people who will feel comfortable driving a car that can cost as much as a house, or at least, hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is definitely the cost of a bunch of houses in some places on Earth. But, even if you live in a very developed part of the world where houses may cost $1 million or more, well, there's plenty of luxury cars that cost that nowadays, aren't there? There's no shortage of YouTube videos that show you cars that cost $3 million, $5 million, $20 million, right? Insane prices for a car. Like, the car's not worth $20 million. It's just not. They can tell you whatever they want. It's not worth $20 million. If you're buying a car for $250,000, right, versus $20 million, you can tell me whatever you want about the design and the this and the that and the whatever. If it's not going like 100 times faster than a $250,000 car, which obviously it can't for safety and legal reasons, but if it's not doing that, then what are you paying for? What's the extra 99% price for? All right, why are you paying 99x more for a $25 million car versus a $250,000 car? Right? It's ridiculous. But people who have practically infinite money don't care. They want to show. They want to flex. They want to show, and they want to say, "Oh, this car just cost me $25 million." That's why they buy it, right? So obviously not just for the tax write-off, if they can get one for it, but mostly for the flex, right? It's part of that whole disgusting culture of like being so opulently wealthy that you just like, you want to show in people's faces just to almost to be offensive on purpose, right? When you could like take that same amount of capital and change, hundreds of people's lives, if not thousands of people's lives, if not more, depending on how you do it, right? Like you could build something that grows and grows and just gives back and gives back and gives back with that kind of money. But who does that, right? Who's going to be compassionate like that? Unfortunately, not too many people. And not enough, that's for sure. There are lots and lots of people who do not get any assistance in this world. And the world has come down on their shoulders and they have nowhere to turn. And it's pull themselves up by their bootstraps is the only way forward. So keep that in mind. It's we live in a dog-eat-dog, cutthroat world a lot of the time. I would say all the time, if not all the time. We do live in such a world. And that's why trading really is not for everyone. It's really just not for everyone. It is specifically meant for people who have a certain risk appetite and are willing to do what it takes to manage that risk. But if it is for you, well, come learn. Go to alphatradinghq.com/Discord. Learn for free. See you.